Someone asked me why we carry our firearms. Well, by God, this is Texas.
Hey guys, y'all get ready. We're about to go live here at the Alamo. We've got a lot of people that are excited about what's taking place.
Our next speaker, he's running for the General Land Office. He's going to go in there and be able to do right by the Alamo instead of this reimagine the Alamo project. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Weston Martinez.
Yeah.
Well, howdy. God bless Texas. Let me tell you something. Here's the nice thing. I can tell you, these people that are over here, God bless them, they're Americans too. And you know what? We support their right to free speech, even though the liberals on the left do not support that right to free speech. Yes, I'm Weston Martinez, and I'm running to be the next Texas General Land Commissioner so that we can put Texas first. And I came down here. And I came down here today to hear the press conference and visit with the folks that were hosting the presentation, and I visited with them. They told me what they were wanting to do, and I told them respectfully. I said respectfully, I wanted to listen to what you had to say over here, and I can tell you that as land commissioner, I'd be land commissioner for the entire state of Texas, from the Rio Grande all the way to the Red River, all the way to the Gulf Coast. Which means I'm going to listen. I'm going to be fair, I'm going to be reasonable, and I'm going to be accessible. But at the same time, my yes is going to be yes and my no is going to be no. And so I respectfully and politely told them, I said, I hear what you're saying. I don't see how that happens. And I can tell you that as the next Texas General Land Commissioner for the greatest state in the greatest country in the world, no one is going to be honored on the battlefield of the Alamo except those defenders that died protecting our freedom.
That's right. Amen.
Now the left media here in San Antonio, by the time it's all said and done, they'll probably say that, you know, we did something crazy over here. But I can tell you, for those of y'all that are doing Facebook Lives right now, we had a nice, respectful conversation. As it should be. But don't come into our house and tell us that you're going to be doing things, because it's like anything. You know, people talk about border security. You knock on my front door at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll open the door. What's going on? How can I help you? You crawl through the window 3 o'clock in the morning, you might meet my other buddy, Smith & Weston. But here's what we're going to tell you. As we move forward and we're honoring the sacrifice, there is no way on earth that we're ever going to honor anybody except the defenders that died inside of it. Because let me tell you something. If we weren't, if they wouldn't have done what they did, none of y'all would be Americans. And if it wasn't for what they did, none of y'all would be Texans. So here's the part where y'all can get excited, because I was trying to lay out some very specific information so y'all could hear what we're talking about. Let me tell you what, when I look at the history of Santa Anna and what he did, you know what? He should be charged by war crimes by his own country.
That's right.
Not only was he a dictator put into military, by military coup to hold the presidency after he lost it, after he lost the Battle of the Alamo, he went back to be president for several more terms. Did y'all know that he lost his leg in a battle with the French? And then he buried his leg and had a state ceremony for that leg. The people of Mexico tore down the monument that he made to his amputated leg, and then they drug it around Veracruz, Mexico, chanting a bunch of very racially motivated slurs. But that's how the Mexicans feel about Santa Anna. So what I told them is that if you guys want to honor Santa Anna, then you feel free to go to the Mexican consulate. We recognize sovereignty. Go to the Mexican consulate, it's a few blocks that way. Or the Rio Grande border is no more than 2 hours just south of here by any major city, by any major highway you want to take. So y'all feel free to go on and honor anybody you want on the other side of the border. Just like we're not going to go put a monument of George Washington in Mexico City. We're not going to put a monument honoring anybody else that died inside of here, because you know they were murderers. They murdered the people that were inside of here. I understand they were following orders. but they still carried out acts against a group of people that was trying to live their life. And that is something that we have to hold dear to. And as we move forward in everything Texas, we have to put Texas first in everything that we do. Because I know that we've got people here that came from North Texas, we got people that came here from East Texas, and we got people that came here from West Texas, and yes, absolutely from South Texas. And here's what they need to know. When we say we're putting Texas first, we mean it.
That's right.
And as your next Texas Land Office Commissioner, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to make people so proud of Texas that they're either going to want to come or they're going to want to leave. And I think George and I are okay with some of them leaving. Because as Land Commissioner, you know what? There's a whole lot of things that you do as Land Commissioner. And my background is diverse enough where I actually have the blessing and privilege of being a statewide commissioner before. I've also got all the background in infrastructure, and I have 5 children in public schools. You know, so we've got everything from soup to nuts on what the Land Commission does. But the heartbeat, the heart of the General Land Office is right there.
That's right.
And I don't care if you're Ron Nirenberg, Robert Francis O'Rourke, or Barack Obama, you're not touching this. God bless you, God bless Texas, and may God always bless each and every one of its citizens. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Thank y'all for being here today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit just to talk to some of the people that have come out all over the great state to be able to converse with our fellow Texans. But
Thanks, man.
like I said again, don't feed the trolls because they're over here just to try to start a fight because they can't round up enough people to make a stand anyway. 4 people doesn't count as a rally. That's because nobody agrees. So y'all have a good one and God bless Texas.